My feed cut off, so give me 1 second to repost this and I'll get to the rest of the questions on the other video feed. I'm going to repost it. Bear with me. I don't know what's going on. Just post some more questions. I'm going to post this and we'll get back to the conversation I was having. I was basically saying that if you're on this path, if you're on the Ascension path, you probably have surpassed those kind of demons you were fighting with. And at this point, you should be more concerned about like the food you're eating and stuff. I'll get to another question in 1 second. So I see there's all sorts of planetary issues going on with this moon. I would say probably even Facebook's video feed. You're just really seeing the effects of it. Today's a really good day for manifesting. Just really try to stay high vibe about it, because as you know, it's only going to work when you manifest things if you really stay on a love operating system. Let me get to these last questions. Let's see. Bear with me as it loads. So anyways, I had a really cool dream last night though, while my phone loads. I basically had a dream where I was about to get sucked up into space. Like I was outside and I was about to get beamed up into like a UFO. It was really cool. So I didn't sleep good last night because of this moon energy. It's making it a little bit tiring and a little bit hard to sleep. I did not sleep good. I know I'm not going to sleep good tonight. So I'm looking forward to tomorrow night when I can get a good night's sleep. I'm trying to get back to these comments. Hold on 1 second. What is climate change agenda about? I'm not sure what the climate change agenda is about, but I will tell you what this climate change stuff going on is that you're seeing. We usually have a pole flip right about now. We're due for one. So when that happens, when the poles really basically flip magnetics, you're going to see all sorts of crazy things going on with the earth changes. Like I live in Pennsylvania and we barely got any snow here last year. It was kind of warm. Like it's really warm for this time of year. You're seeing places in Hawaii snow, or places in like South America that are getting snow. You're really seeing like climates flipping. So basically we're supposed to have had a pole shift. I heard we're not going to have one though, because every time that happens we have to go back to like basic levels of humanity and it takes too much time. So we're trying to attempt something that hasn't been done before. Good morning, Kevin. Good morning, Shyla. These energies are super intense. I'm thinking about having a movie day in bed. That's pretty much what I'm going to do. I'm around for readings if you guys want them. You can PM me, but I'm just like chilling at home and that's about it. I think it's a really good time to stay home. If you can. I would have advised that all weekend. I said it's a really good time to catch up on rest if you can. Watch TV, things that really you don't use a lot of brain power for. Just kind of chill out because the whole entire world's getting a little crazy. So until we get out of this storm tomorrow, you might want to just take cover and stay home. I'm seeing a lot of crazy stuff going on in 3D. I did have someone tell me on my post that, and this is a good point, I could be sitting here eating grapes and you could be right beside me and seeing the apocalypse. So I guess it's all a matter of perception, but I'm seeing crazy things happen in 3D, newsworthy things happen with like weather and fires and stuff, and it just looks to me like 3D is being destroyed by earth, wind, and fire. It's exactly what I've been telling everyone's going to happen. So I wouldn't be like surprised by it, but this moon's going to make crazy things, earth changes happen when it comes closer. Let's have a little bit of history lesson too. Let's remember that the moon was actually brought here a long time ago. I'm not really good at this story, but basically there was a civilization that was about to be destroyed and they sent it back in time, and nanonites carved it out. It's hollow, and carved it out and made it really nice so they could all live in it. But when it was being transported here with them in it, something horrible happened and it basically blew up, and that's why you see the moon as like a burned surface on it. There's a lot of history with the moon, but before the moon was brought here, Earth was a very marshy place. It wouldn't have been a very good place to have life on. Like, it was just really marshy, like there wasn't oceans and stuff. When the moon was brought here, it created all those oceans and stuff. So the moon really has a lot of influence. People are learning that there's a lot of planetary influence. There's a lot of crazy things going on all around us. I love, my favorite thing, I tell my twin flame one day he's going to take me to space, like to go live there, and he says we're already in space. Like we're already in space, like on this planet. So think about it a little bit. So can I see what's going to happen with Hillary and the protests and what will come out of it? Well, I don't think it's like what you guys think. Like, yeah, I know, yeah, there's a probability that we could be martial law, yeah. But that's not why this is so catastrophic. Honestly, the reason why it's so bad that these people are protesting and being in disharmony with each other is because that's creating the earth to pick up intensity and destroying 3D. So that's why it's so bad to see this division, to see these power struggles, fights or whatever, disharmony. Like, it's really picking up intensity, and that's what's causing the earth to respond. Good point. I have that post about the fires on my page. Those probably have never caught on fire before, and they're pretty much like a protected forest. So these are really crazy things happening. It's just making it happen quicker. So that's why you've been seeing all these crazy changes with the weather and crazy volcano activity, earthquakes, whatever. Because when people are living in disharmony, that's not what Gaia signed up for. Like, you have to understand the earth took a contract to house all of us and agreed to certain stipulations, and we're basically breaking those stipulations. So we're supposed to be living in peace, love, and harmony, all of us. Like, that's why these things that divide us are silly. Different religions, whatever. It's just silly because we really are all one, and it's just really hard to wrap your head around these concepts. It's hard to explain. It's hard for me to explain. I think that everyone has to really go within and find their own truth. And my truth might not work for you. It might. It might not. So I just really encourage people to question things furtherly. Obviously, these protests were started by paid Hillary people who work for her. Kind of like when she would do her what do you call them, rallies, I guess you call them, rallies. They would look like there was a lot more people there, but they were all paid people. So be really careful. We live in a hologram, and a lot of what you're seeing is an illusion. At this point, I would be more concerned with the things that are being shown to our children on TV. I would be more concerned about the type of values that are being pumped into this society. Now, I know a lot of people are, like, think about people that are trying to date. That must be fun, right? Anyone tried to date? That's a good example. It's pretty much horrific because of where people are at now. People are not in the best place. Maybe people are starting to wake up and become spiritual, and it's changing a little bit, but really for so long, it was just like, it's not really a good path for humanity. We need to kind of like fall back on these basic kind of values, whatever they may be. I just think it's really important that we kind of pay attention to what we're creating, because we're creating all of this. If you're seeing a lot of like protest stuff of the third dimension, that is a mirror. The universe is trying to show you something in yourself. So just try to really pay attention to what you're seeing and what it means. Hi, Robin. You just saged your house. It feels amazing. I just did too. I saged the whole space, got ready for this. So, yeah, sage is like my best friend through this time period. Remember, the moon is a porthole. So, it's a porthole for lower dimensions too. So, just sage your house extra. But really just use this energy because we're all in the middle of a storm. And for so long, when I would go in a storm, I would just kind of get thrown around. Now I jump right in and learn how to use, and I've learned how to use those energies to manifest what I want. And I learned how to use any of the energies to my benefit. So put like any crystals you have in your windowsill or outside, charge them up. Why has humanity moved backwards? Humanity has moved backwards because we're no longer living spiritual lives. We're living ego-driven lives. So we are really just feeding our own ego needs for so long. And now we're reaping the repercussions of that. So it's time to really kill the ego and get back to us as a whole, us as everyone, because we have to come together in order to survive. If you're going to survive, you're going to need to evolve. So this is really a time where humans can make a choice. Do I want to evolve or be destroyed and go somewhere else to learn in the third dimension? I personally, I'm done with the third dimension. There's higher dimensions you can learn in, and I'm trying to just keep moving up. So I guess you just have enough of it. You have enough of it. Like, how happy can you be with those kind of basic needs driving you? Like, we just really had to we had to go within and really like embrace like who we were meant to be. We were meant to be so much more. When we follow those lower drives that we have, all it does is we give away our power. we're giving away our power for these drives that aren't even satisfying us. So I think it's really just a time to get spiritual in whatever way that means for you. Michael, this is so exciting. Yeah, I'm really excited about all this. I know it sounds really horrible for me to say. I'm excited 3D's burning down. That's horrible. People are probably like, what? I'm kind of excited. Yeah, I do have great empathy, but I know it's a hologram, and most of what I'm seeing isn't real. It might be very real to some of the people living near there. That was their choice, though. So I'm excited about it. I'm not even sure exactly why. I just know I should be really excited. So, thanks, Mike. Good morning, Carrie. Had a girl, stay positive. Light workers need to stay unified. Yeah, all people really need to come together, because, I'm not going to see the end. It's like a choose your own ending book. I like saying this, where some people will see the new earth and the new beginning, and I'm already wired into the new earth and the new grid, and I'm helping create it. But someone like, you know, my neighbors right here, they might be wired to the old grid still, and ultimately they're not going to survive this. As in survive this, they're going to die here and go to another planet to learn. So I've really had enough of this. I've been training my whole life for this, as of all of you guys. I've actually been training several lives for this. So yeah, it's a really exciting time. This is also giving us light workers a place to shine, because with all this polarity, that good and evil duality, all these third dimensional concepts that aren't even real in the dimensions I reside in, those are not real. We're all one where I'm from. But I know they're very real when you're going through that separateness and that pain and that illusion. Just don't feed into that illusion, because most of what you're seeing, we do live in a hologram. It's not real. So just remember that. Stay positive. For so long, I was looking for the divine in many places. I went all over the world in search of God. I went to many churches and different religions, synagogues, whatever. I've been all over the world. And ultimately, I did not find God in any of those places. I found it within. And we look for that light outside of ourselves when we're actually the light. We're supposed to be creating that love and light here. And it's like when you shine so bright, that can really pull someone else out of darkness. That's how I was pulled out of my own darkness. I met my flame and it pulled me right out. So when you shine bright, you never know how you're going to affect someone. Love and light and success, please. Good morning, Jeff. I think they're using black magic to spellbound America. This is exactly what I was just watching. Yes, I would say that the Catholic Church uses more spell magic than like Hollywood, though, because when you go to a Catholic church and you say amen, you're actually praising the sun god Ra. So I don't really think people have a grasp of how these control systems are put into place. So yes, there is spell magic all around us. I just watched this video, that Illuminati video I just said, and I felt like I needed to like debrief my brain. Like after watching it, I felt like and then I was picking up on like some of it was the truth, but there were so many inconsistencies it made it really scary, and it had a really dark connotation, but it was very like religious in the same sense, and it was woven together with like all these Christian, you know, scriptures, and it was just a little disturbing. So yeah, anything that we're watching, tell eye vision, it's programming. It's actually mind control programming. So you're going to have to unplug at some point. You're going to have to be careful of what your kids watch, because I was raised on Nickelodeon and all that crap, and it really threw me out there in the world. I had a really rough time. I know you're seeing me now, and I've got it really together, and I'm doing great. But I went through that darkness too, and I'm sure that all that crap I watched growing up didn't help. So really start to be more mindful of what your children are watching. Because there's a bigger world out there, and do we really want our kids, if they're lucky, like our daughters, growing up thinking that the best they might be in life is if they can be the next Britney Spears or something? Look at these sad people. Look at these celebrities. They're like Illuminati whores, okay? Not to get personal, but do you really want your kids growing up like these people on television? These people who have so much money and have everything, or seem to have everything, they're having fucking meltdowns and killing themselves and so miserable on a deep level. I know you see them on screen where they're smiling and they're happy and they get paid, but you don't see them when they're having a breakdown in their own free time. They're miserable people. Look at like Angelina Jolie. She's like 80 pounds. These people don't eat because they're possessed. They no longer eat. They're like walking skeletons. Is that what you want your kids to see? Like, if you really look deep at this picture, you're gonna see these are a bunch of soulless people that are like basically spreading demonic messages to our youth. It's like all of a sudden we woke up, but then it's like, well, what do we do? Well, we need to stop embracing these values, because I followed those values and it really got me nowhere. So it's really just putting like this false like hope into kids, like, oh, maybe I'll be famous when I grow up. Oh, maybe I'll be an actress. Oh, maybe I'll be like Miley Cyrus. Is that really who you want your kids to be like? I think it's not very hard. Like, let's talk about Miley, where you see her on stage with like dildos and the sex toys. Like, it's not hard to realize she really does have a contact with the devil. A soul contract of some sort with dark forces, where she might get everything she ever wants in her life, but I'm sure deep down she knows she's fucked. So these are not people that you want your children watching. These are not role models. I don't think Michelle Obama and Hillary Clinton should be role models either. They're reptile shapeshifters. Do you really want your daughter to think that maybe when she grows up she'll be like Hillary or Michelle Obama and help make a difference? I'm just saying, maybe you should be teaching your kids about like good role models, maybe some ascended masters, whatever. Just really be careful of how you're raising your kids and what they're watching, because it's really scary to me that kids are the babysitter nowadays, and the things that are like you ever watch these cartoons for little kids? Like, these hidden messages are really impacting their brains. Before television, I'm pretty sure people used to spend time with their families. They used to do like family dinner, I'm sure, and they probably have better quality time. Just be careful, because televisions can have a really bad impact on your brain. I don't watch television anymore. I've unplugged. I do watch certain things, but not television, like in the regard you guys are thinking. The climate change agenda, back to this question though, I did touch base before I got cut off, that they're using that as an excuse to weaponize our weather. So they say, oh, we're researching climate control, and that's the guise that they're spraying chemtrails on us under. So you have to understand that they're going to say, oh yeah, climate control. Well, let me tell you, everything's so multifaceted. So it's not that the climate is like heating up like they think. It's more like we're about to have a pole flip. But then also, people are using too much carbon. That's exactly why the elite have decided that 98% of the population should be dead. And it's happening. It's already happening. You guys can say, oh, this isn't in effect yet. Yeah, actually, you can see the numbers. It's really horrific, and they're using the healthcare system to achieve this. So, and many different things, like spraying us, our water, or whatever. It's in full effect. So it really has to do more about carbon. Think about, I have 3 devices right here on the bed I'm using to record this. I have my laptop that's holding up my iPad, and my phone right here. Think about, every device is going to use more carbon. I guess it really has to do with the carbon output. So this stuff's really real. It's really happening. Maybe they should have thought about the amount of carbon people would use before they pumped our society full of, electronics and cell phones. Maybe now they're like, oh my God, now we have to get rid of everyone. I think it comes down to more like we saw a wave where they started, like, I go to Walmart and I put my money in the machine and people just aren't needed as much in such numbers. It's really multifaceted, the truth. But I would look into it for yourself, because one of the first things I realized when I woke up was that we have reptile shapeshifters running our country and our world. And it was a little disturbing, but that might just pop you out of the reality you're living in, because the reality a lot of you are living in, it might be different than mine, or it might match right up with mine. So again, it's a matter of perspective. Hey Robin, love from the UK, have cleansed me and all my space, feeling at the top of my game at the moment. Love your positivity all the time. Yeah, I try to stay at real high vibe all the time. I do notice that in the morning I clearly have more energy, and I'm becoming like a pro at like spacing out that energy. I would suggest anyone who doesn't already do this, sea salt baths. If you have children and they're already taking baths, dump salt in their bathtub. It will really do amazing things for them. That's probably the best thing that you can teach your child, is to cleanse, and yourself, is to cleanse your aura. And so many of you guys are light workers and healers and well on the path. I like my vibration because it draws the right vibration people to me. So just really, really be careful when you're healing, that you're going to take in that stuff into your body. So if I take some blocks off of someone, like whoever's throat thing, I was just from talking to you guys, I just took a block off you guys. I'm going to be really careful that I get it out of my body after. So the best things that you can do are sea salt baths and meditation, because you're going to need to reopen your chakras when they get blocked with everyone else's crap. And that can happen without even trying, because in my world, we're all becoming empathic and psychic. So those that aren't empathic are going to become empathic. Let's see. And I tell my flame, I said, I don't think it's so much the message that's important. I think it's more the vibration people are delivering it on. I really believe that. Like, I get the message is important, yes, but I think that someone's vibration is going to determine whether or not it's good for them or not. So I try to stay really high vibe with you guys so that you're getting like a good vibration. I'm pretty much like vibrating right now. You can probably feel it. I try to stay high vibe. That's the goal, because when you're low vibe, all these negative entities, lower entities can phase you. If you stay high vibe enough, none of that garbage can even phase you. You're vibrating so high, the negativity will just bounce right off you. Let's see, super moon tonight. I know. Let's use this moon to get rid of what is not serving you. I'm sorry to say, some of you guys are seeing that your relationships, it could just be whatever. Just really use this moon to manifest the change you want. Just really be aware it's going to bring emotions to the surface, probably make you not be able to sleep, but it's really ultimately a good thing. We keep on we go through these storms, and then we'll have a little break starting Tuesday, and we'll have a little break. Well, we're just coming out of the tail end of one. We'll have a couple of days off and a little rest, and then we're going to get thrown right into another one. So you really, you're really noticing, if you're sensitive to energy, that these things are picking up intensity. Like, we used to get maybe a week off. Now we're going to get like 4 days off. Like, it's just really happening a lot faster. And that's so we pay attention. Will I ever be able to forgive him or her? I don't mean like book-wise, I mean the real thing. We go through life with very hard lessons. I had to forgive someone in my family at a young age. Okay, I probably had a better grasp on this than most of my siblings, but I had to do that for myself. I knew that. And then now that I am on this enlightenment path, I really get how it really works. So when we're holding on to any kind of like anger, resentment, any of those lower emotions, your body can't perceive it any differently as if you're feeling that way about yourself. Because whoever you're upset with, that was you a different life. Now, I know this is where it gets complicated, because people tell me, you know, they've experienced, there's things like murder and rape and really horrible things that happen in the world. Well, just know that anything you've ever been through in your life, you agreed to before you came here. You planned it out to a T. It didn't just happen randomly to you. So you're going through these really hard situations to learn how to forgive on purpose. And do that for yourself. And one day when you go to the other realm, you'll understand why I said that. You'll see the big picture. We just have such limited information here. But really, just know that was probably you 100 lives ago when you were less evolved. Now you've evolved past that. And you're kind of like wrapping up that kind of karma you had from it. So really just shift your perspective, let go of any of those lower emotions, because they're just going to keep you trapped here. It's a soul trap. And just let it go. Let your past go. We've all been through so much crap. And those that play the victim have it so bad. They get it so much worse, I assure you. Because you were the perpetrator to a different life. So when you hang on to this stuff and you won't forgive, it just makes your situation so much worse. So try to forgive, try to let go, only because it's not serving you. And you don't even have to do it for the other person. Do it for yourself. Do it for yourself. If I'm happy and high vibe right now, you guys are gonna be happy and high vibe. If I all of a sudden get sad, you guys are gonna feel it. Like, we're so empathic with each other. Do it for yourself, because your body, we have mirror neurons in our brain, and your body can't perceive it as, it perceives it as like you're being mean to yourself. You're not forgiving yourself. So anytime we like I can put out love, I'm going to get love back. If I put out anger and hate, I'm going to get anger and hate coming back to me in the universe. So the trick is that you want to be on a love vibe, a love operating system all the time. You want love for everything and everyone, because I'm one with everything and everyone, especially nature. So just really shift your perspective. It is a good time to be reading your cards. I don't put that much stock in pendulums and cards. I wouldn't put like my life or relationship in the stock of some cards. But I do believe that cards are a really good way for your higher self to communicate with you, especially if you're open to that. So I ask my higher self, even though I embody my higher self, I do ask my higher self for cards all the time. The moon brought back your twin flame, but you still can't be together anyway. We still have more work to do. You should be together, and you should be doing that work together. If I had tried to do it on my own, I would still probably be alone. So your twin flame is like a mirror, and it's going to reflect everything you like and don't like about yourself. You'll find that the moon can kind of drive a wedge between some relationships. Really, you both have to submit. You both have to submit to the divine to make this relationship work. You have to let go of your life as you knew it and come together as one unit. And ultimately, that can take a lot of work. It's all about balance, peace, love, and harmony. And you're going to get pulled to this person whether you like it or not if it is your flame. If it is your flame, you're going to be like magnets. So really just pay attention. Keep meditating, keep working. Even when you go to sleep every night, you're going to be with your twin flame because you only have one higher self. Meditate and you can tap into that. You'll be at a ceremony tonight praying for all of creation. That's good. You can pray for Stand and Rock. They're the ones who need our prayers right now. I'm not seeing a lot of coverage on that. Imagine that. Pray for Stand and Rock. Pray for our earth. Pray. The earth is very sick right now. I don't know if you guys are noticing, but I had it described to me like the earth is dying and the earth reincarnates too. So the earth's about to go into its next life because basically we killed the earth and we're killing it. And it's going to go into our next life. And those that have a high enough vibration that can match the earth's, because it keeps raising its vibration to get out of here, we're going to go with it. So really just work at raising your vibration. Pray for the earth. And anyone who wants to go fight for Hillary Clinton should probably be going to Stand and Rock and doing something useful. If you guys want to fight the government, go help the Native Americans. Go to Stand and Rock. Like, I feel like it's a waste of energy. It's not helping anyone. It's just really helping the elite. And this is like a Monopoly game. And if you're helping the elite, you're not on my team. I will destroy you. So I know a lot of people probably feel like that too. I feel like you're either with me or against me. You're either of light or you're of dark. If you're embracing the Illuminati, Hillary Clinton, and you're embracing the Illuminati and you're going to fight for the Illuminati, what does that say to me? It kind of says you're against God and you're against Team Light and you're probably going to be destroyed. So I get that. This is in the third dimension that's where good and evil take their last stand and whatever. I know a lot of people believe that. That's not really going to help anything. So I would just really check your values. I do see that obviously we've been having these systems in power for our whole lives. What's changing now? I get people are waking up, but you guys had no problem handing over all your power to these systems. How do you think they came into power in the first place? Me included. So just really be careful before you give away your power ever again. We're just now starting to wake up to our power, and we're just now getting it back. Our planet's so psychically polluted. We've had our third eyes closed most of our lives. We're just now opening them and using them. And just use your discernment. If you're looking at things with your eyes, you're not going to get it. If you look at things with your third eye, you'll get it. Is your marriage worth working on? Always, always, if you feel it is. Let me ask you one question, though. Is this a spiritual relationship? Have you guys integrated spirituality into your relationship? If you say no, then it's not going to work no matter what you do. It won't work. You can keep trying to hang on. It's just going to fall apart. It's not going to work. So that's where we all went wrong in a lot of our relationships. We didn't incorporate the spiritual or the ether aspect into our lives. And that's where we went so wrong. So I guess just really look at your life. Is this marriage serving you? If it's falling away from you, then no, it's not serving you. We go through this process since we're born where things are removed from our lives that aren't serving us. That could be people. Sometimes people don't have our best interests in mind. Just trust the universe, trust the divine, and trust your higher self, because there's a whole team, as you just heard, working on you and bettering your life. So just really have more faith and trust in the universe, because sometimes, as I said, we have limited information here. We don't really understand what's going on, but rest assured your higher self always has a better perspective of it. So Sanja, going to court, you'll do great. Just stay high vibe about it, and you can conquer anything. If you go in there with a low vibration, they're gonna kill you, as in nail you, whatever. It won't go good. So if you go in vibrating like them, low, and you have to understand you're going into a trap because it's a court, so it's really hard to vibrate high. I get that. It's kind of like, you know, it's low vibe just thinking about it. So just try to stay really high vibration, and you got this. I would pray to get rid of any of your bad karma. You can if you have bad karma, if you feel you have bad karma, I would just invoke the purple flame. You can pray on Saint Germain and kind of like visualize yourself in purple burning you. And pray to put yourself in white light before you go there. It will really help you. Shyla, there are cigarettes and booze after the ascension. Our new bodies will be evolved enough to use them if we choose to. Maybe. I've seen tons of weed in the future. Probably. I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure, because I heard heaven wasn't built yet, and that it wasn't built yet. So I don't know, like it wasn't actually built yet. So I'm not sure really what it'll look like. I just know like that resonates with me, that as above, so below, that we should be working on purifying our bodies and our energy, because like some of these lower qualities that we've let run our lives aren't really heaven worthy. Maybe, I think everyone really has, I'm not saying, like, I know a lot of people that do drink booze and are really into Ascension. Some really good people at it. I just know that, personally, my body wouldn't be able to handle it, because I'm always working at purifying myself. My body would just goes into shock. I'll let you know, after Thanksgiving, because I'm going to have to go drink 2 glasses of wine. I'll let you know how it goes. But I just don't think it's something that people should be partaking in all the time. You know, just a really... You know what these lower aspects are. You see them pumped into our society. Like you really know what I'm talking about. I can't really think of any specific examples. Maybe like, you know, just the sexual overtones everywhere that you see since from a very early age. Just these lower things that drive people. We have to be living on earth like we would want it to be, like in heaven. It's really a school, so just working on changing what you can. I get Rome wasn't built in a day, and everything's not going to just change like so fast. It might take a little bit of time or whatever. Like, I'm evolving every day. I'm changing every day. Every day I'm working out becoming a nicer person. It's not something that's going to just happen overnight. I get that. But ultimately, try to work on the things getting rid of the things that aren't serving you. I used to smoke cigarettes. I smoked for a really long time. It's the best thing I ever did was to get rid of all those things. I just really know that that when I did smoke, it really just fast-tracked me to a low vibration. I also had throw in some pharmaceuticals, just other toxins. I had a very low vibration, and that's pretty dangerous to anyone who is a channel, because it really can just fast track you to like basically negative entity attachments and stuff. It's not good. So just be really aware, and just know that's why these things are pumped everywhere. They really do have bad effects on lowering your vibration. I'm sure that any enlightened society would understand the benefits of marijuana and why it was brought here. And people can say, oh my God, that's horrible. But what's horrible is these chemotherapy treatments and these drugs that are pumped everywhere that aren't healing people. They're actually killing them. And it's basically just a big racket for money. So I think that's really horrible. I guess it's just a matter of opinion, though. Will I be able to go out of my government job on disability retirement? Yes, but that's something that you should probably try to do now. Because I don't really know what's going to happen with the future of the United States. Honestly, I just kind of gave up trying to figure it out. I just kind of watch it with an open mind like all you guys should. So I don't really know what the future of America looks like. But I do know a lot about history, and I see history repeating itself, and I don't think it's very good. I know that things can't go on like this. Like, I think it's really amazing, the people that think that Trump's Saint Germain gonna save them. But I just don't see that happen. Maybe I'm on a different timeline than you guys. Maybe I'm going to jump timelines. I don't know. But I would just say that our government is self-destructing. It's happening on its own. Anything that isn't serving us is going away. So what isn't serving us? Our government, clearly at this point. So you're seeing anything corrupt, anything not of light can't sustain. So you're going to see really big changes and big things happen on its own. It's already happening. You've been seeing it with Hillary Clinton and WikiLeaks and all this craziness. You've been watching it unfold. So it's already happening. I don't think I will put my faith in any of these systems. They're not really serving the people, but fight for it and keep trying. I can't see the color of your aura. I can't see aura colors. I used to be able to till I was like 14 or 15. So I'm pretty much a prime example of why you should probably not drill those things out of your child. Why it's a bad idea to try to take a special child and make them normal and drill that out of them. Because I no longer see auras. So I just really think, I think that it's something that maybe like we should be developing in our kids. Maybe not, instead of suppressing these gifts and that make them special or individual, we try to fit them in a box and just through years of school, we just try to drill it out of you. So maybe it's a time that we kind of like start to look at, oh, well, everyone could probably see auras as a child. Maybe we should be developing these things instead of like getting rid of them. The video stopped. I'm on the old video feed, like I'm about to finish it and go to the next new feed of questions. So type some new ones on this one. How do you stop being a light worker? I want to live a normal, healthy life. That's hilarious to me. How do you go back to sleep? You would want to. Being a light worker is a choice. We all have free will. You don't have to be a light worker. But remember that unless you want to come back another life, that your mission, your soul contract was that you volunteered to come help. You volunteered to come be a light worker. I'm sorry to be the one to tell you this. You're going to hate me. You actually, no one made you come here. You said you wanted to help and you asked. You volunteered. Like they didn't tell you to come here. You asked if you could. You thought you could help. And you were actually, your guys were saying, no, you're done. You don't have to go back there. And you wanted to come. So I know you might have forgotten that. But if you don't go out and do your mission and be a light worker or whatever that entails for you, chances are you might have to come back here. We had to do what we said we would do. We had to, do whatever our soul contracts entail. And that just happens to be one of yours. So, I don't know. I would just really try to embrace that because we're running out of time. And there's no way in hell I will go to the third dimension planet for infinity. May as well be infinity. 75,000 years to me is infinity. That's why personally in my life, me and my twin flame, we had a really hard time coming together in the beginning. And we both knew what was at stake, that if we couldn't come together and do our mission, we would be recycled to that other planet for a really long time. That may as well just be hell to me because it's going to be war, greed, anger, all those lower emotions and lower entities. It pretty much sounds like hell. So I'm not going to do that. But you do have free will. You can come here and completely, go against the universe. I will just kind of look into it because you did agree to come here. Mike, I know you're straight edge. But energy drinks are really bad too. That's probably worse than like crack. I mean, I don't know. I'd have to look at the ingredients again. But pretty much it might be along the same lines. So what do you do if you need energy and you need to get rid of your energy drinks? Well, I would switch to vitamin B multivitamin during the day. You could probably get rid of your energy drinks completely if you took like a really good vitamin B multivitamin. That's probably why you're tired and feel the need for those energy drinks. So I would really look into that. It would be healthier for you. But vitamin B is really good for energy. It's also what vegans don't get from not eating meat. So if anyone's vegan, you should be on a really good vitamin B multivitamin and like coconut oil. You've had a big argument with your partner on Saturday. So bad that I'm thinking of leaving. He just doesn't understand. Okay, so multi-layered. Well, just know the moon's making you guys crazy. So maybe don't make any impulsive decisions. This is the worst time to be moving out, breaking up with people, making decisions like that. Any kind of life-altering decisions. I definitely wouldn't be doing that. I would just try to wait it out because this craziness is about to just leave. Oh, it's maybe Tuesday afternoon-ish and you're just going to feel like, like a sigh of relief. Like you can really feel the energy in the air is just a little different. Consciousness is just really being weighed down right now. So it's actually kind of hard to stay high vibe. Just really try to pace things out. Don't make these big decisions. But if it's in your face like that, use it like a mirror to change it in yourself. So if you think that he's not being understanding enough and doesn't understand, try to understand him more. And it will really change the whole dynamic. I'll be back. It's energy, electromagnetic currents are intense right now. Yeah. Yeah, I could blow up like electricity being charged up. Yes, I'm pretty much like a little generator. So when I'm real charged up, I could see where Facebook might not have a good enough server to be supporting my videos. I'm going to look at using my YouTube channel more. And I'm going to get to these questions on this new video. Let's see. As soon as it loads. Yeah, electricity is really funny like that. A lot of you that are healers should be like playing around with other electricity. There are those that can influence regular electricity, like traffic lights are really good to play on because we can ultimately change traffic lights. So it's something that you can really focus on. No booze or cigarettes, that's good. I preach that. I did fall trap to all of those lower vibration things in life. I really did. I had to go down that path so that people could really relate to me, I think. Like otherwise, I wouldn't have had that experience to be talking about all of this. So I'm not perfect. I have been down those paths, but I just find ultimately that they really fast track you to a low vibration. No toxic foods or poison water or anything. That's so good. Everyone should be trying to drink distilled water if possible. It's something about how they do it with the chemical process that makes it the purest water for humans. What plan do you think Trump has by not accepting wages? I don't know. Honestly, let me tell you what I think. I think that you guys are all deluded if you think that anything in this country is going to change. Because while the president's changing prices, right? Here's the president. The same people behind the president are giving the orders. So it's the exact same people in control of our country. It doesn't matter what puppet is there, being the face of these people. So why do you think any of the laws will change at all? I mean, he was saying really bad things about like gay people, and then he was like, oh, I'm all for gay people. I mean, I don't know. It just seems like they're always promising you everything. They get elected, and it's the same story. So I don't know why anyone thinks it's going to be any different. It's the shadow government that's giving the orders. It's more like the shadow government you guys should be worried about, not the president. So that's why it's really silly to see people feeding into that illusion. I'm not sure what plans he has. Honestly, I don't even know if he's going to be inaugurated. There's a really high probability that he won't be. An e-cig. I went over this yesterday a little bit. I do vape CBD, and so does my twin flame. So, but the stuff in vapes, the glycol, whatever, it's not very good for you. I know they put it in our food, and they say it's real good for us in our food, but it's not that good for you. It's obviously a step up from a cigarette. It's a lot better for you, but it's not great for you. You're going to find that it's so much better than a cigarette, though. Like, I don't think that's going to affect your vibration as much. So it is a lot better. That's probably why they were trying to make vapes illegal, actually. Anything that is good for you, they're going to suppress. So they want to make vapes illegal and keep pushing cigarettes. So go figure, right? Good morning, Amy. Yeah, I got kicked off. Oh God, you're dealing with crazy bosses. Well, just know that a lot of us, when we're in the workplace, a lot of us are dealing with people in higher positions than us, and a lot of these people are reptiles. So just be really aware of that, because compassion isn't a strong point among reptiles. It's not big. So just be really aware of that, and just try to focus. Just try to, like, when you're at work, just try to, like, when you come home, do something to purify your energy, like sea salt or sage your house, sage yourself, whatever you can, to just kind of like leave that work there and my home here. I like to compartmentalize everything, so I don't let my work life anywhere near my personal life. So just really start to try to compartmentalize. Don't take your work home with you. Leave it at the door. Melina, you don't drink or smoke cigarettes. I know. That's because we're on this ascension path and we're serious about it. So, I mean, I know a lot of people probably could be teaching Ascension or trying to teach Ascension, and they could say, oh yeah, you know, I was drinking last night, I saw some organic booze, I was really interested in it, but not in the way people might think. I was interested to know how alcohol could ever be marketed in an organic kind of way that where it was good for you. So I was more interested in that. I really think that when people drink the next day, they're not going to feel high vibe and 100% great. They're probably going to feel like shit. So just be really aware of how alcohol is making you feel, because it'll make you feel great when you're drinking, when you're letting those negative entities come in and control you, but then the next morning you're going to feel like shit. It's like a roller coaster you probably don't want. I'm on this roller coaster called Ascension anyway. So my life kind of feels like a roller coaster anyway. I just don't want to throw any toxins into it. It might make it a little more challenging. Nicole, you have a gifted child and you're nurturing her. That's good. Watch like spirit science cartoons with these kids. It will help them remember Atlantis and Lemuria and where they're from and stuff. Your children are always going to be a million times more evolved than you. I don't care what anyone says. Think about your own parents. We're here. Our kids are here to teach us. So it's not the opposite way around. I know a lot of parents would argue with me and say that's not true, but your kids are going to be teaching you lessons. And also, I don't know if Mike's still watching, that was a test, that lady at the store, that was a test. You guys have to remember that, anyways, my video cut out, I'm like, okay, so anyways, we have these spiritual tests. This is Earth, this is a university, a school. So we're having these tests all the time. Sometimes they're a little bit easier to recognize than others. Just keep working, because the more you stay on this path, the more spiritual tests you'll have. And you want to do a good job with it. So just really, live from a heart-centered place and keep your heart chakra open. You want to change your career from a cook to something in healing and arts. Well, maybe a nurse. Maybe you should go be a nurse. Or I'm like, maybe like a nurse or some type of healing. I did, when I woke up, thought Reiki would be a good path, Chi. Ultimately, I didn't find answers there. I do think Reiki is a really good idea to get through to the general public. That it's a label that people, oh, Reiki. It's one of those labels like light worker or indigo, whatever. It's just like a label. So really just look into what kind of experience, would kind of need to know like what kind of experiences you've been through. Because a lot of these healers become healers because of their own experiences and their own medical problems. So it really just depends. If you're drawn to it, jump. Don't be afraid, just jump in. Because when you're on the right path, the universe will help you with whatever you want. Basically, you just have to be doing something that you're ultimately happy at. I know there's like a big pull because we're always being pulled between what we want to do and what our work is. Just know that everyone is going to work, and that's where we learn patience. Because when you're at work, you're not able to be doing the things that you want to be doing. So that requires a lot of patience to be away from your life. So just keep working at it. And it might take a while to accomplish those goals. I had this dream like over a year ago that I would do this healing center, and I'm a lot more there, but I'm still not where I would like to be. I need more time. So just stay on the path and keep working at it. Sometimes this stuff takes a lot of work. It doesn't just happen overnight because we're living our life so unconsciously. It takes a while to start to see results. Michelle, you're depressed and I'm not yourself. I may have seasonal affective disorder. Do you have any natural remedies? Work at raising your vibration, because that's not a disorder. I really like the subject. I don't even believe in bipolar disorder, schizophrenia. Honestly, I think that's negative entity attachment, kind of in a drastic way. So a lot of these mood disorders, oh, I think I have a mood disorder. Well, no, your vibration's just really low. And when your vibration's low, you're opening yourself up to negative entities. I will tell you that this plays into like alien abductions. A lot of people did agree with soul contracts to work with aliens and help them. But I will tell you that Greys will view it as if you're vibrating in conflict with them, as in if you're vibrating on a fear or anxiety or anger frequency, they take that as they have your permission to do what they want with you in a genetic standpoint. Like they actually take that as when you're vibrating in those low vibrations, that they take that as your consent, like a free will consent. So just be aware of that when you're at a low frequency, you're really opening yourself up to a whole different world, and it's not good. So just be aware of that. Work at raising your vibration. Sage your house, sage your body, and work at raising your vibration. Street lights. Is your mom a psychic vampire? Definitely. That's why you're not living with her, Milena. Don't feel too bad. Basically, what is the psychic vampire? Well, I have a really good connection with source energy flowing through my body. But not everyone does. A lot of people have cut themselves off spiritually, and they because of that, they're not getting that source energy flowing through their body for whatever reason. So instead, and they need it, so they will attack you for it. They will take your life force and drain you from afar or whatever. So just be really patient, protect yourself, put yourself in white light, and try to remove yourself from the situation. That was your motivation to get out of the house and move out. Otherwise, you would have had a lovely life and you'd still be there. So it's really the world pushing you out on your own. Ultimately, you're going to have to learn how to be on your own. I know it sounds really far off right now. When everyone and everything moves forward, they will disappear. Only light will prevail. Yes, I believe that you have to be of enough light to move on. I really believe that if you're not of enough light, you will be destroyed. And it's really like coming down to it. So really choose like which one you want to embrace. We all have light and darkness in it. I killed the energy from your phone. It died. Sorry, Trisha. Charmaine, should I go on a date with this guy? Like, is he a good guy for me? Message me your sign and what his sign is. I'll be able to better tell you. But go on it. What's it going to do? Kill you? Start to judge people by their vibration and their vibes. Pay attention. Someone is either going to make you feel like shit or make you feel good. Make you feel drained. Like maybe you had a great time with your best friend, but if they leave you feeling drained at the end of it when you got home, probably you shouldn't be around them. So just really start to pay attention to how you feel after hanging out with someone. The best people to be around are those that are going to make you feel charged up and make you feel good and motivate you. That's what I try to do. Hopefully you all feel really motivated. I see Shelly's watching. Shelly had an amazing story. She went to like a casino and won like $1,300, kept winning in the machine. And I've been teaching her we live in a manifest reality. She also just found like her perfect RV. She's going to go live in an RV, and she just found like the perfect RV. So this time is amazing for manifesting. If you want to manifest love, go ahead. I see like next week a lot of people are going to be getting together with these twin flames and these relationships. So right now, like tonight's not a good day to go on a date. Today will be like the worst day ever to go on a date. I'm just going to tell you. So anytime really this after Tuesday, after tomorrow, go ahead, go out next weekend with him. Go out Friday and Saturday or Sunday. It'll be amazing for relationships. So yeah, it's a really good time. Just don't go out today. Good morning, Shelly. Good morning, Goddess. You won again today. Yeah, I'm trying to teach people that we don't have to live in this dreary, bleak existence where we have not enough of everything and we're miserable. We can really live in abundance and create whatever we want. We can make all of our dreams come true now. I couldn't be happier. That's what I'm doing with my life. I'm trying to change from the inside out. It might look like when I'm going to do what Shyla's doing, which is watch TV, that I'm just chilling and doing nothing, but on a cellular level, I'm quite busy. My body is changing from the inside out, and it's really an amazing process. We're trying to become lighter. We're trying to live in our light bodies. We're trying to activate our Merkavas. So it's really amazing. Just use this energy today for manifesting. It's amazing. What are the spirit science videos? They have a bunch of them. They have a channel on YouTube. You can just look up spirit science. And they have a bunch of cartoons, so they're kid friendly. They talk about like Egypt, Lemuria, Atlantis, crazy things like pole shifts, the same kind of stuff I'm talking about, but probably in a better way, better capacity for children. Is the universe on your side? Of course. You're going to be a healer and a singer, healing singer. That's amazing. You should probably hook up with Shelly. That's what she does. She's a singer too. I've never heard of a healing singer, but that's amazing. I think music has a vibration, and it really does have the ability to heal humanity. So that's amazing. Try to speak your truth and drink more tea, speak your truth, and keep singing all the time to get that heart chakra working. Is your heart chakra open, Melina? Yeah, but you're still working on it. Like, I didn't just go out and my first relationship was my twin flame. I had to go through a lot to get there. So you're so young. At least you're in a better position than I was. I was very asleep and very unconscious at that age. So you have a really good head start. You're conscious, you're aware. Things are going to play out a lot differently in your life than my life. It will happen a lot quicker. So just have faith. Oh, wait, hold on. I want to know about this eye of consciousness. Was it green, Ashley? I want to know if it was green. Ask your kid and let me know if it was green, the eye of consciousness, because when I saw it, it was green. This I'm going to read out loud. My son has an app where he created a geometric shape. It looked like an eye. He told his younger brother it was the eye of consciousness. He then said consciousness is God. When I asked him if he knew what consciousness was, he was wild. I've never really talked to him about it. Well, listen. I've seen really crazy things, and I don't really get into all that. But when I was astral traveling, I actually did see separate times the eye of God, which was green. And I did see that we all have one consciousness, as in, like, there is only one consciousness. So I've seen a lot of really deep things like that, too. I would be really interested to know if he saw the eye of God as green, because I saw it as green. Carrie, yes, you're the one who's getting together next weekend. We're on the same wavelength. I'm good. I'm glad. I said this yesterday. Maybe some people might think this as crazy and, you know, they don't live in this world and it's just too off world for them. But there are going to be those that are really into this stuff and are getting the same kind of information elsewhere. So it's going to resonate very deeply with a lot of people. This is my truth. This is just my story and how I got here. I think everyone really has different paths, but once you really get there, we all should be on the same frequency. It's a painful change for our bodies. Yes, that's why it's so important to let go of anything not serving us. In my ascension path, I found that I have layer upon layer of garbage stored in my body. Anger, resentment, emotions I didn't even know that I had just filed away and stored. And really, this ascension process is about getting rid of those emotions and getting rid of anything not serving you. So this is a time to purify your energy and purge your body. So really, it's just like we store emotions in our digestive system. So a lot of it's going to be released. It's a very physical process. Like these children that are being born, these crystal children are being born with all of their chromosomes turned on. And from a scientific viewpoint, people don't even know what that entails. So you're going to be seeing physical changes, as in people's hearts have been moved to the center, like moved from the side to the center. You're going to see physical changes in the human body that really haven't even been looked into yet. Thank you, Ashley. Let's see. Melina, you're going to be okay in court. I see court is a really popular theme. That's because right when we go through these storms, anything that you have left to wrap up is just coming in your face, like these 3D things, courts, whatever. Like you're having to wrap up whatever you have left on earth. I used to think that I was just going to go off world and I didn't have to deal with my life and my problems, but you're going to find that you really do. So you're trying to wrap up anything that is keeping you stuck here. That might look like court cases. It might just look like resolving old issues. Just stay really high vibe and you'll do great. Delaware, thank you. Peace, love, and light back to you. So I am your consciousness right now. Well, I mean, I wouldn't say that, but we're all sharing a collective consciousness. Yeah, we all only have one consciousness. I think it's more like we're all one, and I think like I personally have done every life in this matrix. So when I deal with other people, I just look at it like almost like a past life. It's just we're all very deeply connected. I think it's really hard to put into words, but we really do all come from one source, and we are all one on a really deep level. So I think it's just really important that we embrace the differences and try to come together as one, because you're going to find, like with me and my twin flame, I think of him as so different than myself, but really, even though we're so different, we have these similarities. I think that's really important about humans. Like we all have these similar qualities. Like we all should be empathic. We all should have compassion, whatever. Children are so connected. You said he's visited by the angels. Yes, we are born with that ultimate. We're not born sinners like they teach in Christian church. We're born divine, and we have the perfect connection to God. It's just that as we go through life, our chakras get blocked and muddled up, and then we spend most of the rest of our lives trying to unblock them. So we really get cut off the more we get indoctrinated. Can I see attachments? Or can I get rid of them? Just PM me about that. Eyes change also. I don't know what that entails, but I don't know. I've been seeing crazy things too. Like I saw in a Facebook group where someone had a picture of their eye and then a picture of like an alien in their eye that had been caught on camera. And I've seen something similar to that, like looking in my twin flame's eyes. So eyes really are like the windows of our soul, and you can really see some amazing things in people's eyes. Do I know anything about human DNA? A little bit, like about RH blood. I don't want to get into this whole thing because I see a lot of stuff going on, but we're all aliens. We all came from space. Humankind was seeded and brought here from space, from different places in space. So we all have different genetics. Some people might have like, you know, you might be able to tell by your blood type what kind of alien genes you have more dominantly. Like maybe some people have more reptile, more, because we're a mix of reptile, Pleiadian, and like Syrian DNA. We're all a mix. But like me, I'm blonde hair and blue eyes. Maybe I just have more Pleiadian DNA than you. So really, I think it's really all about coming together as one, like I said, because we all have a little bit of all this DNA in us. And it's really hard to be like, oh, no, I'm special because I have this DNA at this point, because we've all just been melted together, like from the beginning of time so much. You have to understand that there's completely new races that have been created here. So I do know a little bit. We're basically, RH is a monkey gene. Well, humans were spliced together. We were made out of monkey and alien DNA, many different kinds of DNA. But basically right now, when people were made and brought here, we were made to mine for gold, and a lot of our DNA chromosomes were turned off so that we would be more easily controlled. That is something that is being corrected now. So when I talk about ascension, what I'm really talking about is activating the DNA strands that are dormant in your body. Sorry, my phone's ringing. We're really talking about activating these dormant strands of DNA, and as we turn more and more on, we're going to be able to do more and more amazing things. I'm going to let you go on that note, but love and light.